Is liberty dying where you live? Escape to Keene at freekeene.com.
Morning, Mr. Mueller.
Morning, Mr. Brown.
How are you?
Better, you know?
I understand.
Do you?
Pardon?
You ever been to Valley Street?
Yeah, I have.
You have? Inside?
I've been inside.
Spend the night?
No.
Eat bloody sandwiches 4 times a week?
So we're here for a final trial management pretrial conference. You have a seat.
I'm good. I stay all day.
Okay. We're going to be drawing your jury on August 6th. It's a 2-week draw. Now, I don't have a witness list from you. Do you have a witness list?
No, but I guess whoever the state believes I victimized is good enough for me.
Okay. So I'm going to, the only witness list we'll work off is the state's. Did you see that there's one motion in limine pending?
I did.
You had to, what's your position?
I don't know. The state does some pretty crazy stuff. Whatever they want to do is fine by me.
That's fine. It's a motion limited to introduce your prior conviction under Rule 609A.
I know previously you stated that if I filed an objection, you'd probably grant it. But I mean, you could probably just deny it if you wanted anyways. Right?
Well, I think you got to make a response. I mean, you have to, you know.
You gotta say the magic words.
Well, if you don't object, I tend to grant motions.
But you know it's wrong, right?
I don't know what's wrong at all. It actually fits in to Rule 609A pretty tightly.
But it's pretty irrelevant with the case. I mean, we're trying to, whatever.
Here's what I'll do for you. I mean, if you want to make an oral objection right now, I'll accept it and I'll rule on it. However you like to proceed, I'll give the state an opportunity to respond. It's totally up to you.
Like I've said in the past, I don't know your guys' rules and procedures. If there's people who claim that I victimized them, I'm fine with having a conversation with them. And that's all I'm here to do.
Do you intend to submit any jury instructions?
Again, I don't understand the procedures and rules of this court. I'm here to explain the truth. I fully expect and hope that this court and yourself are willing to allow me the ability to speak the truth here. It's been denied to me in the past, and I hope that we can go through it this time.
We'll see.
We'll see.
That'll be our intent.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
I appreciate that, since it's on the record. I was kind of removed from my right to a trial previously, which is why I'm wearing this orange jumpsuit right now.
What I'll do, sir, is I'm going to be issuing the standard jury instructions. You'll have a copy of those before, so you know what, before they start deliberating.
Will that include like the new rules on jury nullification?
Pardon me?
Will that include the new rules on jury nullification?
The new language on nullification that was passed by the state legislature? Sure. When's the effective date of that?
I've been locked up. So you're the master of the law here. I'm just playing in your world.
Look, I will check the effective date of that statute. I'm aware of it, and if it's applicable, we will use the precise language from the legislature. Okay.
I have a few other questions if we have time. But.
We do have time, but what I want to do is, we're going to draw on the 6th. It's a 2-week draw. My intention is to do a pick and go. In other words, August 6th, we pick the jury and go unless there's witness problems, and then we'll put another date.
I have lots of witness problems, Your Honor.
That's not good for you.
I had emailed Clerk Safford about it, and he said just to bring it up here as opposed to filing a specific motion in advance. But Denise Michael, who was the secretary, who is one of the people that was recorded in the specific subject of one of those indictments, is on vacation the week of August 6th and back the week of August 13th. Detective DuPont, who is, he was the lead detective. He's the one who interviewed witnesses, who downloaded the video, and would essentially is the only investigative officer, is out of state on 8/14 through 8/17, which leaves me with all of 8/13 to ask the court to put this trial on.
I have a civil case that's going to go 5 days, so I'll do a pick and go on the civil case. You folks will start on the 13th. But if it rolls over the 14th, it rolls over the 14th.
I'll make sure. I mean, he can testify the first day, so that's not going to be a problem for him that way, and not to mention I wouldn't expect this to be longer than a day anyway, but I'll make sure that his part is done on the 13th.
All right, so we are going to pick the jury on the 6th, and this will be tried on the 13th. And if it goes over into the 14th, it does. Okay?
I guess I don't have much of a say in it, do I?
Well, I mean, if you had,
Are the witnesses subpoenaed, or are they coming here voluntarily? That's what I'm kind of curious about.
I don't know.
I haven't seen anything. I was just wondering because
You wouldn't normally see subpoenas, nor would the state see your subpoenas. Do you know what I mean?
I understand that.
That's how you or the state gets people to court. Sorry, so we're gonna go on the, draw on the 6th and try the case on the 13th. Any other issues I have to address?
I'm kind of curious of a few things.
Okay.
One, I'm kind of curious why you've talked to me in the past in this courtroom saying you understand my position about public officials and expectations of privacy.
No,
You said you sympathize with me.
I said that I understand your position.
Okay.
You know, I respect your position. That's what I said, and frankly, I still do.
Okay.
Next.
I'm also being, well, if you understand my position, I don't understand why we're going to waste your time and everyone else's time with going through this procedure.
The state has indicted you. The trial proceeds.
Even though, like, if you would know some sort of loophole or way out of this, there's nothing you can do about this. Or my other question would be, why am I in the hole with a guy downstairs who beats up his wife and gets a year of a state sentence, but I'm facing 21 years for filming somebody, you know? These are all great questions for me.
It's a 3.
It's a
I
3
may
to
be
7
wrong,
times
it's 3.5 to 7, isn't it?
It is, Your Honor. The defendant often likes to refer to the fact that if he received the consecutive sentences and they were all, and he maxed out every single one of them, he could, in theory, be in prison for 21 years.
Is that not a possibility?
What do we have, 3?
There are 3 Class B felonies that he's charged. You know?
This man hasn't even offered me a plea deal or talked to me at all, but yet he's making deals with people who actually beat people up. I mean, I'm sitting in a cage right now.
Would the two of you like to talk? I mean, I'd love to get this resolved for him if I could.
I had offered to do that before, Your Honor, and the chance of having that discussion was rejected.
He refused to put anything in writing. That's what he did. Yeah, whatever. I'm just saying it's a pretty valid point. You know, like people are actually putting their hands on people like Officer Murphy and violating them, and yet I make a phone call.
Would you like to engage in a period of
He can send me he's been sending me mail in jail already, so he can send me more mail if he'd like to.
Well, here's what I'm suggesting, and the state may not like this. You're here. We'll put, you can talk downstairs.
Mr. Valentine isn't interested in talking to me because I'm only interested in talking to him if it's recorded. So if he wants to talk with me, he can write me a letter and put any offer on paper so that I can prove that that offer was made to me.
What?
I had a discussion with Mr. Miller in
It's not
February.
Mueller or Miller?
Miller.
Okay.
But whatever, they butchered all over the place.
In February or March, at which point I asked him if he wanted his trial or if he wanted to negotiate and have a plea. And he explained it, as he has many times to you, that he wanted his chance to come up here and to speak the truth. And so I haven't engaged in plea negotiations with him. If he's interested in having a plea negotiation, I'm certainly happy in speaking with him. And I'll go into the interim, I'll go downstairs, I will speak with him.
Well, he wants it in writing, so you have any problem in just, in your own hand, write it out and give it to him.
Works for me.
Sure, I'll write up a plea offer, Your Honor.
All right? I mean, if you can get resolved that way, that's great. If not, we'll try it. I don't have a problem. But I think you're entitled to an offer. You're entitled to accept it or reject it or make a counteroffer.
Am I entitled to be released from jail today? Because I should have had a trial on those charges too.
That's another case.
Well, you were the one who signed the order.
You didn't show up for trial.
Well, can we bring my case file up here and I can tell you why? Because I filed that motion. It's pretty clear to everybody else in this room, except the state. That,
Your Honor, the defendant has had numerous opportunities to...
It's okay.
All I'm saying is, Your Honor, he has chosen to proceed pro se. He has referred a number of times to not knowing the rules. He's obviously bound by those rules.
How's that?
And the fact of the matter is, if he
Yeah,
wants to
we're not
continue-
revisiting the other case, so I don't need to hear from the state, and I don't need to hear from Mr. Miller on that. It was remanded to district court. Is there, do you have other questions?
Let the circus begin.
Why don't you write out an offer, and if make a counter offer if you want. If you don't want them, that's fine, it's up to you. Anything else we can do?
I don't think so, Your Honor.
Okay.
Drop the charges.
You can always do that.
Well, yeah.
See, he even agrees.
No, I'm not agreeing. That's
saying,
the
he
state,
agrees. I
that's what
agree
the
that I
state,
can.
the state has the right to do that.
I fully agree that
Doesn't
I
have the power to do that.
Right. It's like a trophy case for the shelf, you know? He wants to put it up there.
Love you, Ademo.
See you in a
Wow.
while. Yeah, I wrote you back today. Oh, I got it.
You should be ashamed of yourself, man.
We'd like to invite you to visit freekeen.com. Freekeen.com features audio, video, and blogs chronicling the transition to a voluntary society. Freekeen.com also has comments and discussion forums so you can be heard. Freekeen.com.
I should be in Keene, New Hampshire with the Free Staters.